The latest report that we released on June 10th, 2013 is like a it's like a sequence of another report that we released in 2011, which is mainly we asked ourselves, after looking at what the United States energy market is going through, after the game changers that the shale gas introduced to the market. So we asked ourselves, if is this story replicable or could be duplicated somewhere else, and who's gonna be next? So we start looking at geology in the United States and the success behind the shale gas revolution, and we find out that there are so many other countries who have similar geology, and said, okay, so let's go to our neighbors, Canada and Mexico, and maybe look at other countries who may have some similar geology and come up with an estimate. So we know there is going to be a lot of uncertainty about estimating a basin below ground, and no one knows, even the United States, after assessing those basins for so many years and so many times, and we have like an army of geologists and petroleum engineers, no one knows until they start drilling a well. So the reason behind going above the United States is mainly to be able to identify the basin that they may be prospective, looking at analogs. When you look at Eagle Ford in Texas, and see the the potential that Eagle Ford put to the market. Right now they are producing from Eagle Ford more than 793,000 barrels per day from shale plays. This is an amazing amount of oil that replaced or displaced some importers like Nigeria or like Mexico. And then we said, okay, since we would like to see what will be the impact of other countries developing the same resources on the world energy trade. So when we look at the price of natural gas, 2008, the United States used to pay some LNG exporter who are exporting their cargo to the United States. See, remember, we were paying them $15 per million BTU. The Norwegians, the Qataris, and others. Today they are producing gas lower than $3 per million BTU. We are asking ourselves, if we like to look at the future of the energy market, who's gonna be also participating in this game changer and add volumes in addition to the United States. So as a rule of thumb, so far, only Canada is right now producing shale gas. Something less than half a BCF per day. The United States is producing something like 28 BCF per day. Canada, they have good geology and they have the infrastructure and they have technical skills, and actually the same operators who are operating in the United States, some of them are also operating in Canada. So we see that right now Canada is the only countries after the United States who are producing shale gas and shale oil on commercial capacity. Many countries, after we released the 2011 report, when we surveyed 31 countries, we ended up having countries, they showed more interest to survey their own geology, like Algeria. So they ended up looking at our numbers, said, oh no, wait a second, we have more than what you are saying, and we are going to prove it to you. So that's great, because we rely only on public domain data. So we don't really get any information if it is not really in public domain. So you have the Algerian come up with the big study. They showed that they have a lot of potential, and they have put in public some of those assessments and some of those basins, and we collected many other technical data, and we come up with this expanded version of the last report of 2011 that I had the fortune to come here and share the finding last year of it. But we also extended the scope of this year study by looking also at shale oil. That in 2011 there was no information about shale oil resources, let alone production, with the exception of the United States, where at EIA we said that the United States has something like 32 billion barrels of technically recoverable resources.